everyone. We're back. Welcome to the Football is Fixable Alright podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. Dan getting a bit overexcited there.
Sorry.
We are back. How are you, Dan? You well?
Yeah, good. Thank you ever so much. How are you, James? Are you
Yeah.
well? Are you good?
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Back
You
from the
look
holiday.
Look like you caught the sun a little
looking
bit.
a bit too well there, James.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Someone's
voice,
doing
by the
too
way.
well for himself. I think someone's holding back a little bit of the muns from this podcast. You know what I mean? I think this leader is pocketing some change to get a holiday away somewhere.
Well,
sunning it
what can
up.
I
Look
say?
at him. Yeah.
Oh, where is the leader?
Oh, don't. Right. That voice, by the way, you might have heard there. The really annoying one. So there's John. We've got John with us today.
So jealous. So jealous.
You may know John from John's Juicy Tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's with us.
So I'm very jealous, 'cause obviously I'm not in the room with you guys. I'm very jealous of James getting to share a room with John's Juicy Tip. So.
The legend that is John, the Juicy Tips guy. But Sess isn't with us. So
no, he's still he was on international duty. I think he was at the Club World Cup. So he's
so we're letting him have an extended break.
Yeah. He's having an extended break. Obviously, we weren't. You know, he's our leader, isn't he? So he's that higher level than us. We weren't important enough to go on that kind of level. So we're back at a normal time, like the peasants we are, and he's sunning it up somewhere else. So yeah.
True leaders would be here, like me. Just saying.
Yeah, but yeah.
He's still the leader though, right?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But no, yes, I did have a nice holiday, actually. Thanks, chaps. And I'm not looking under the weather or whatever you said. I'm looking great. Look at that. Got good tan going on. I'm all right.
not red like a strawberry. Not at all.
Anyway, have we missed the Premier League in the off season?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Not really. No.
Oh wow.
I've been loving the cricket, to be honest. I've not missed it.
John, for the sake of this podcast, can we just pretend you're a football fan, please?
Okay.
Like you can watch all your cricket and rugby and all those other rubbish sports once we finish this episode, okay?
God, I'm never gonna believe.
Can we not talk about cricket?
We're not having cricket. Cess was always bad at that, wasn't he? Always bringing in cricket and the cricket and the rugby.
I love FPL and I love cricket.
Unbelievable.
Is there Premier League?
This is the man that whooped literally everybody at FPL last year bar one man, and he doesn't even like football. It's heart-wrenching.
It's
Absolutely
mental, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not going to see his tips in the same way. Dan, Man United. I mean, going into the new season, you must be excited.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of things going on there.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest, my brothers are giving me a bit of a hard time because at the beginning of this transfer window, I was absolutely losing my nut because Mbomo was taking forever to get done. And then they were like, you've got to stay calm, it'll be fine. And actually, it turns out it was fine, and I feel like a plum. So, yeah, it's good for us. We've done a couple of signings, Mbomo, Cunha, and now Sesko. Really happy with that. The best thing is the fact that we stole two of those signings from Newcastle, and all the Newcastle fan meltdown after that. You're welcome, Premier League. You're welcome. Okay.
The Newcastle fans were going crazy. Have you seen some of the videos?
Oh man.
Oh, there was one yesterday I saw on Talk Sport. It's my favourite video. It was this guy that's gone on there, and it was before Sesko signed for us, which is why I love it so much. So they made the bid first, and he's gone on there and he's going, "That's it, Sesko's coming to Newcastle. Where are you, Man United?" giving all this, Man United. They were like, "Are you sure it's not done yet?" He's like, "No, 100% it's done." And they're like, "Well, what's your source?" He's like, ChatGPT. What? So, ChatGPT with his source. I think it could have been any other AI software, but obviously it's much easier for them to say ChatGPT, isn't it, than AI?
AI. Oh yeah. How would a Geordie say AI? They don't really say.
Anyway, Dan, you sorted your strike force. What about the rest of the team?
That's a good point. Yeah, you've only got your midfield and defence and goalkeeper to sort out now.
No, and the bench, literally everything. No, I think we're in talks, aren't we? Potentially with a midfielder. There's talks about maybe Baleba, maybe Donnarumma. That would be big signings, and that would be a big difference. But just with the three that we've got, we're already, I think, in a better place. But to be honest with you, last season was so abysmal. As long as we're better, then it'll be all right.
What would you take? What would you take as a good season?
Was it mid-table? Is that the plan?
I'd take top 8. Some form of European football, because 8th is like Conference League, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think half the Premier League's in Europe these days, isn't it? So you'll be in Europe with that.
Yeah, I'd take that. Yeah, I obviously in an ideal world you're up in the Champions League spots, but I just think we're too far off that. I don't see it happening next year. Maybe the year after. But yeah.
Well, I think compared to the teams that we'll get onto, the Liverpools, Man City's, Arsenal's, and Chelsea's, and so on shortly, but the way that they've been strengthening, United have obviously spent a lot of money as well, but are they going to close that gap? So we'll get onto that shortly as well. The one thing I want to mention with Man United though, so there's this post that's been going around the socials and stuff, and it's got Cunha, now Sesko, is it, that you signed, and Mbeumo, and it's got all of their goals from last year with the comment, look at all the combined goals that these players have scored last year. It's 48 goals between them, and it compares it to the United team from last year, in total scored 44 goals. But you think, well, hang on, that doesn't mean they'll score the same goals again.
Are you saying that when players join Man United, they get worse? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're suggesting?
Politely, yeah. Yeah. Man United are fairly rubbish, aren't they? So in terms of will they score those goals?
No, we're
I think they should name it something, Man United syndrome or something like that.
You definitely deserve a syndrome, don't you?
Well,
definitely.
I don't know. I do feel a bit better about. I've got the new Carrington was revealed this week. That looks incredible. So we've got like a decent training facility now. So
a bit more positive.
Well, Bristol
optimism.
City have like the best training facilities in the Championship, but they're still in the Championship.
They were almost promoted last year. They were almost promoted.
Yeah.
They were
That's
close.
true. They were close. Yeah.
And
Fingers
top of the league,
crossed.
top of the league right now. I have to mention that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, after today's game.
And that's because of their Grade A training facilities. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Ooh-ah.
Thanks, John. Little sponsorship of Bristol City there. Arsenal, may I? I want to bring in Arsenal.
Oh, really?
Do you have
Are
to?
you sure?
Yeah, big season for us. I know there's a lot of expectation, but I don't know. I think we've strengthened well in the transfer market. We've actually got a striker. People have been going on about that for years. So
Yeah, it's very true. Very good player.
You know what?
Finally got right.
Yeah, but you know what?
Pressure's on now, though.
Yeah,
Pressure's on now. You've got a striker.
they're my favourites. They're my favourites for the league. I'll say that round.
Oh, really? Yeah. Hey, there you go. And John's our Juicy Tips guru for a reason.
Well, I think
so,
I think you kind of. I almost feel like you have to now. I really do. I feel like now you've had second so many times. Now you've got that striker. Now you've got those things. There's nothing really that you can say. Oh, we're missing this or we're missing that. I think it's really now or never. I really do.
And that just reminds me as well. A post going around the socials about Arsenal is back in 2001-2 when Arsenal won the double. That followed 3 previous seasons of Arsenal coming second. So there's a prediction that could the 25-26 season be Arsenal's moment of glory? Is the pattern? Does it seem familiar?
I can beat this one. There's a stronger pattern than that for Man United. Just so that you know. Are you familiar with the video game GTA, Grand Theft Auto?
Indeed, yes.
So every single year the GTA game was released, every year, every GTA, all 5 of them so far, Man United have won the Premier League. Every year.
Ooh.
This year, GTA is going to be released. Just saying.
I'm sure that was completely down to GTA games being released and nothing to do with Sir Alex Ferguson, Roy Keane, Wayne Rooney, Rio Ferdinand, any of those.
No, it's just happened too many times for it to be a coincidence. It's clearly the key to our success.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
It's been a long time since a GTA game was released, and that's why we've been so pants.
That's true. Yeah, there is the next GTA game.
Today on the episode, we're going to fix useless stats.
But this is where I'm missing Cess now, because his logic would have pointed this out straight away. So the last time Arsenal came second 3 times, and then we won the double the following year, 2001, 2002. and that's just happened again. We finished second 3 times in a row. Cesc would say, "Oh, but has that happened previously? When you came second 3 times, did you win the double?" And it hasn't. It's just people use these stats, and I've seen this post come up on several different sites and channels and stuff like that. People seem to think that these patterns actually mean something. So there's our first fix. It doesn't mean anything.
Are you one of them?
Huh?
Are you one of them, James?
Possibly. I mean, I'm optimistic it's going to be. I mean, I think Arsenal, our depth now, as well as we now have a striker, the players we've got, Arteta's kind of tactical plan is now in the final phase. We've got every single player. We've got Zubimendi in the number 6 role that several giant clubs have wanted for the last couple of years, and we've been working on this deal apparently for since last year that we actually agreed this and it started to get planned. So there's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on. We've got Madueke, so we've got more cover on the wings as well.
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, and John agrees. So that must mean everything. So
yeah, well,
yeah, I
can't really argue with John.
It's the best squad they've had since the Invincible season.
Whew. Well. What about Chelsea then, guys? They've gone and bought how many more players?
Well, they've got like 60 players, haven't they? So
for the last, it's been hilarious watching them operate as a club.
Another £241 million.
How much? 241?
241 million.
Isn't it mad as well, though, that obviously people are saying that the pressure, obviously I said it as well, the pressure's on Arsenal, like where they've been in second so many times. How did Chelsea spend so much money and not have any pressure put on them to compete? Because
that's a good point,
They've spent, nearly £1 billion now in like 4 years or something, 4 or 5 years? If you've spent and invested that amount of money into your squad, you should be expected to compete, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they should compete this year.
Yeah.
I think they will as well. I think they're actually...
They looked good at the Club World Cup, didn't they? They did.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is that tournament, how serious do teams take that tournament? Is that tournament like a really fancy pre-season tournament that really doesn't mean much? How much can we take from that as a performance for their indicator for next year?
But I do think Chelsea could be overlooked a little bit because of the last few seasons and the madness that's kind of gone on with all the transfers. They're building a good squad.
I know this podcast hates Cole Palmer, but...
Whoa. No. It's not hating anyone.
I think it's all down to Cole Palmer whether they do well or not this season.
Oh,
he's that good.
John, you were doing so well, and then you had to go and say that.
Oh, John's on the Cole Palmer train, man. What?
Yeah,
I am on the Cole Palmer train. Are
you in the first class carriage on that Cole Palmer train there?
No, he is a good player.
So I'm looking at Transfer Marked, the very well-respected way of tracking spending for clubs and all that sort of thing. And there's a comparison between Abramovich and Todd Boehly, Chelsea's current owner. Said money spent on transfers, 1.32 billion since Todd Boehly's been there.
There you go.
So in terms of how much money has he spent, that's crazy, isn't it? Money spent on transfer fees. Chelsea are near I think they're top of this. There's a particular list here. Chelsea, followed by Man City, Man United, then Liverpool, in terms of their spending. So they've certainly spent a lot in the last few years.
The thing is, what have they spent it on? Like, there's so much money spent on players, but they've got, I would say, maybe a handful of actual high-quality players, and then the rest of the team is just good to average. Like,
John, you've got a theory on this, John, haven't you?
Yeah, I got a theory, yeah. So basically, they're trying to buy young players in the last year of their contracts and put them on really long contracts. And this gives them a higher resale value instantly. So what they do is they buy them in, they play them in a few Conference League games. Even if they're flop like Jackson, they'll still sell them for a higher value.
Get that one in there.
And that's good for PSR. It means they can spend money on, a lot of money, which they are doing, and still be within their PSR rules. So yeah, they're playing the game.
Playing the PSR game.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably, thinking about it, that's probably why they're looking at Garnacho. He's like a really young player who's really unwanted at United, so they can get him in cheap, and they'll probably sell him on in a year's time or something, won't they?
Yeah, they'll get him for 40 million and sell him for 60.
Because I can't see how else or why else they would want him, because there's no way he gets in that team. And also, this is one thing I would say though, why do players still go there?
I think it's partly raising the profile. It shows that it gives them a chance to play often in Europe. Chelsea most seasons are in Europe, so Delap, for example, might have the opportunity to play in Europe. It raises his profile on Chelsea are on a much larger scale than Ipswich. So it kind of raises his profile there. So even if in a couple of years he moves on, what was it that Everton have just signed Dewsbury Hall, and Chelsea only signed him last year, and they've already sold him. It's just that it went in, went out for a profit. Exactly, yeah. It fits your theory, John. It absolutely works. And he's back in the Prem, and now he's got a transfer to Everton. So, and I imagine he'll be at Everton for quite a while, all things being well. But one more thing I want to say on this, and it's maybe something we're going to have to get an episode on at some point this season, guys. This PSR thing, I know we've looked at it in the past. I've seen Villa and Newcastle fans, just to mention a couple of clubs, that they feel the PSR is absolutely robbing them of the ability to compete.
But that's not true, though. That's not true because, and I'll tell you why. So look at the Sesko deal, right? That is proof that it's got nothing to do with PSR. Sesko deal, Newcastle bid more money than Man United bid. They bid more money, and they offered Sesko a higher contract than we offered. Sesko accepted a lower salary, and RB Leipzig accepted a lower bid from us because Sesko wanted to come to Man United. It's got nothing to do with PSR. Newcastle bid more money, offered a bigger salary than us. So financially, they more than competed. They overbid us, and they still didn't get the player because they're Newcastle.
Wow. So, there goes our Newcastle fans, Dan. Thanks for that.
I have to say, I would have done the same. I wouldn't turn down Man United just to pretend I'm Eric Cantona for 1 minute.
But John, that's more.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. That's who you are. You've sold your soul to this podcast just to get a bit more prestige to your name. You're a bit of a. One thing I do want to say, one last thing on the PSR thing. A BBC article highlights that Chelsea have the ability to spend loads in the market because of the model. So it does fit what John was saying. Whatever Chelsea are doing is working, essentially.
Playing the game.
Well, they're also
playing the PSR game. That's it.
Yeah. They're also selling their hotels to themselves, selling them the women's team.
Do you see Everton have done that as well now? Everton have sold their women's team to themselves to raise money for their PSR. It is getting to the point where it's playing the game, isn't it? And so many clubs are now doing it. City are obviously currently, through their tactics, playing a different game. How do you think Man City are prepped for the new season?
I mean, they've bought, Ait Nouri and Cherky. Who else?
Is it Reinders? Yep. I think he could be a really good signing for him, actually.
And Marmouche from last season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Marmouche had a really good first year.
I think he'd be the biggest signing of all.
He did. Marmouche had a great second half of the season, didn't he? So,
but there are no players that I would have, jumping out at me, really. But it is Pep. He has the ability to win the league on his own, Pep. But I wouldn't say they're. I don't know.
They're not your favourite.
They're not my favourites, no.
As we know, Arsenal are. Just to say that.
Are my favourites.
Yeah. I think there's a clear top four, isn't there? I think City will probably be in the top four. I think then it's Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
All right then. What about the reigning champions, Liverpool? Are they looking geared up to retain the title? Do you think?
They've had an unbelievable summer transfer window, haven't they?
I think they're going to score a shed load of goals. They might let in more goals though, I think. So that's why I think Arsenal defences win titles.
That's my banking it on the defence.
Theory on Arsenal. They've signed the two most attacking wing backs you can get, and leaving it up to Van Dijk. It looks like, so we'll see.
Yeah, and if they do end up signing a central defender and Isak, I think that's going to be the Prem done and dusted. I don't
want to jinx it, but I do actually think Arsenal have the best chance they've ever had in terms of our squad depth and everything else. But if Liverpool do get Isak, I think that would put them back as favourites for me for my favourites to win the league. So,
nah.
John's not having it. I like it. Your loyalty to Arsenal, John's brilliant. May I say at this point, John hates Arsenal, so he's not doing that out of any bias, like I may be, or could be accused of. John can't stand Arsenal, and he joys it texting me every time Arsenal lose.
Worst set of fans in the league. And apart from Saka, the worst set of players.
Right.
What you can't see, what the listeners can't see, is the absolute look of pure steel in John's eyes as he says that, and it really is quite delightful to watch. It's just like absolutely piercing through James, and it's quality entertainment.
In the past, over the last couple of years, John would be, every time Arsenal lose, John would be laughing through the messages. I've actually got to a point where I said, like, if you're not going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And I've almost just ditched him and blocked him.
The problem is they don't lose anymore, Matt, so I don't get the opportunity often.
Yeah, he's gone a lot more quiet recently. But no, I'm actually with John with the reason why I think Arsenal, as things stand, unless Liverpool sign Isak, like I mentioned, but I think Arsenal might pip Liverpool is because Van Dijk has let a few more mistakes creep into his game, I think, over the last couple of years. And I think relying too much on him is going to let Liverpool down in the end. Salah, as well, had the season of his life last year. If he gets anywhere near the same numbers again, I'll be surprised. So I think Liverpool won't win it.
They have signed Florian Wirtz, though, haven't they? They've got Wirtz, they've got Ekitike.
Yeah, they stole Ekitike from Newcastle's radar as well, didn't they?
I'd say it's great for FPL, but is it going to win them the league?
And we'll get on to your FPL tips a little bit later, so that's good. We'll get John's insight on what to expect, and also some new rules we'll get onto as well. So, Spurs. Daniel Levy's been doing some interviews and stuff like that, and I have a quote for you. So, bit of context, the 25-26 season, as we're approaching it, Solanke's injured. Maddison went off injured in their pre-season game against Arsenal recently.
Yeah. He's out for the season, isn't he, Maddison?
Yeah,
it's a big injury, isn't it? Yeah, it's the whole season. Currently injured as well as Kulusevski, Udogie, Dragusin and Takai. Is that if I said that right? They've let Son Heung-min go. He's now sold. But the signings they've brought in, we've got Kudos, who I think is a good player for West Ham last couple of seasons. I think he's been a good player. And Paulinho, right. They're loaning Paulinho back, who used to be at Fulham, went to Bayern Munich. And the reason I mention all that, so that's the context. Daniel Levy has said, we want to win the Premier League and the Champions League.
Really?
Oh my God.
They're going to have to make a lot of signings.
They have to change their name. They can't be Spurs either, can they?
They're not Spursy any longer, are they? How many titles have Arsenal had in the last few seasons?
John, you're really pushing it, mate. I've got to say.
None. Don't think any. I don't know. I think Tottenham have won more trophies in the last 3-4 seasons than Arsenal.
Noise.
Do you know who else has won more trophies than Arsenal?
Man United. He's pointing at himself.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Actually, and Newcastle. Newcastle have won more trophies than Arsenal as well.
Well, I'm glad we're being nice to Newcastle a little bit because we've taken the mick out of them a lot. Seriously, though, where do Newcastle stand? I mean, could you have asked for a worse summer?
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
Obviously won the first trophy in a lifetime, the Carabao Cup last season. It was great for them. But then you kind of alluded to it earlier, Dan, with the Man United signing Sesko and stuff like that. The Isak situation we mentioned.
It does get worse, actually. It does get worse for them. Apparently their next striker target is Jackson.
Right.
So
where we predict Newcastle are going to finish the season at this stage, unless something radical happens. Are we survival? Is it fighting for survival? Or is it?
I think
hearing that Gordon is injured as well. Is that right?
Oh my goodness! I think maybe mid-table. If Isak does go, like mid-table at best.
Yeah, I'd say, between 8th and 10th maybe without Isak.
Wow. And also bear in mind they've got Champions League football, so extra fixtures, extra high level burden to their schedule.
They'll struggle big time.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. If they keep Isak, that in a way would be a massive win for them, wouldn't it? On what has been a really difficult.
They should keep him every day of the week.
Yeah, if they can. But at the moment, he's refusing.
They should force him to stay. Whatever. He's signed a contract for 3 years. Let him sulk for a few weeks and get him back in the team.
Yeah, he's in contract, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, there's no way they could get anything like a replacement for him now. There's nothing on the market that comes close to what he can provide. So,
one very angry Newcastle fan I heard say that apparently Newcastle are looking at Ollie Watkins and Johan Visser from Brentford. So
both good players, to be fair. Both
they are
good
players, but Isak is sort of potential world class, isn't he? So that'll be a massive loss if they can't keep him. So
yeah.
Mentioning Visa there, Brentford's a team I think could struggle this year. They've lost Thomas Frank. You know, last season I mentioned it on a few episodes how much I admire Thomas Frank. He's gone to the enemy.
And Brentford haven't learnt from other teams. They've promoted someone from their backroom staff to be manager.
Yeah.
And that always ends badly.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's based on history, man. Football history.
They just don't read it, do they?
These managers, these clubs need to look back on history. We saw, what was that the Bristol City game today? We saw at the end, after Bristol City beat Sheffield United, the Sheffield United manager kept the players on the pitch and gave them a kind of team talk manager telling off then. We've seen this happen already.
Phil Brown
at Hull, like 20 years ago.
It was very Phil Brown, it was.
It was very Phil Brown. And that was awful. All the players reacted badly to it. The fans got on the case. It created a really bad PR situation.
Can we talk about this game for a bit longer?
You've inherited Bristol City in a way, haven't you?
Yeah, my team, yeah.
Okay, right. I look, your accent's become a bit more Bristolian as well, which is great. All right. But yeah, I do think Brentford could struggle, if I'm honest. Losing Thomas Frank, who's been brilliant for them. They've lost Norgard to Arsenal. I think it's a really good signing for Arsenal, but that's a big loss for them. He was their captain. They've lost Mburmo, as Dan, you mentioned, and potentially Visser as well. So,
but the thing is, are the 3 promoted teams going to still be worse than everyone else?
But that links us into the promoted sides in a way. Do we think that they are going to go straight back down? You know, it's in terms of that's happened for, is it 2 seasons in a row now? The 3 promoted sides have gone straight back down.
Yeah, I think the gap's just too big.
Yeah, financially, you know, the spending power and all that. But I think Sunderland have had a good window, really, haven't they? They've got former Arsenal captain Granit Xhaka. I mean, come on, that's going to keep him up. What are you laughing at?
No, I'd say the 3 out of the 3
I was
teams,
serious.
Out of the 3 teams, I'd say Leeds are the team.
Yeah.
They were seriously good in the Championship last season. They've built on the squad slightly.
Yep.
So
I agree.
Out of the 3, are the ones I would say are the ones that
safest. Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Burnley?
They don't score goals in the Championship.
That's a
So are they going to score goals now?
Yeah.
And they're going to let in goals now, I would guess.
Yeah.
Like that. Who were the last team that actually stayed up that got freshly promoted? Was it Forest?
Yeah.
It may have been, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And that was it went down to the last day in the season, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely scraped through.
Yeah, no, I've got a feeling that it could be the same 3 going down. I do think Brentford might really slip.
Well, Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth have had some real losses.
Yeah, you're right about that. They're going to lose both their centre-backs, and they haven't really replaced them, so...
I think the one thing with Bournemouth is Iraola. I think he's a top coach. So I think he'll find a solution to the problems in a way. Brentford, like you were saying, John, that the manager coming up, you know, will he have the know-how to survive in the Prem? You know, I don't know.
Forget the Premier League, forget football, forget that. What we really want is Fantasy Premier League back. That's what we want. We want the FPL back.
Woo! That's what we're here for.
And now someone's talking in real sense.
And with the greatest of respect, John, we don't have you here on the podcast for anything other than this. But yeah, we're here.
I wasn't going to tell him.
We're honoured to have you live in the studio with a real life John's Juicy Tips in person. It's really exciting for us. So
I feel I'm in legendary company.
Yeah, honestly,
lads.
because before this you're just a voice to us, John. We only get the voice notes, so it's kind of like Charlie from Charlie's Angels. That's like what you are.
It is
you're
like
that voice that just comes out of a box, you know. But now you're here in the flesh, and you are magnificent. So without further ado, let's go through it all. What we're going to do today, we're going to go through all the new rules, the rule changes.
Yeah,
let's get people prepped.
It's all sexy stuff here.
Oh, juicy.
Oh,
okay.
Juicy.
Oh, this really isn't going to be juicy, is it?
Over to you then.
Right.
You take over.
So a lot's happened in FPL in the summer as well. They've totally changed the game. They've added defensive contributions and they've got double the number of chips. So you can have different strategy to Do you know that, Dan?
I didn't know that. The double chips thing is new to me, so straight away.
So, do you know what a defensive contribution is, Dan? Then?
I'm assuming tackle, an interception.
Yeah.
There's
2 more.
A cynical foul?
A duel.
No.
Head-to-head.
So duels aren't in it? Oh, right. This is complicated.
Okay, the 2 ones you're missing are blocks and recoveries.
Oh, of
What's a
course.
recovery?
And a recovery is what? Does anyone know what a recovery is? Do we mean from illness?
Even on the FBO website, I had to struggle finding that. Anyway, with the defensive contributions, basically what you need to go for is centre-backs now who score goals. They play for teams that are in the middle of the league or teams that have a lot of defending to do, like Everton, Nottingham Forest, Villa, Spurs. That's a few to name. So that's the players that are going to get the most defensive contribution points.
So picking wing backs and full backs that are going to get like assists and goals is a thing of the past. You want actual defensive defenders.
Not totally. I'd say that Nori and maybe Frimpong for Liverpool are the 2 to go for attacking returns. But apart from that, I'd go for centre backs. Yeah.
Hot tips. That's good to know.
Also, is it like midfielders are now for defensive?
Yeah, apparently
points?
they get the recovery points, but the defenders don't.
Oh, okay. So you want midfielders that are now doing the defensive work, whereas last season you might have focused on midfielders that were attackers, but actually...
I would only for your cheap midfielder. The rest of them need to be ones that are scoring goals. But your one cheap midfielder, I would be thinking of someone like Casado or Rice or... Who's that new guy? Paulinho.
Yep. Yeah, the new old guy.
He had 300 defensive contributions in his last time in the Premier League. That's way more than everyone else.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So, maybe for your cheap midfielder, Paulinho or Casado.
We are getting tips, Dan. I like this. We're getting juicy tips.
Good, isn't it? I think he's just spinning us a yarn.
Live
tips. I might need a moment.
I think this is all a ruse. I think he's like putting the wool over our eyes. He's giving us all of this stuff.
I'm getting a ruse.
And then that's terrible.
Right. So the other 2 things to talk about are the double number of chips. So basically, you get your 4 chips. They got rid of the assistant manager chip and they kept the other 4 chips. But you get them twice now, so you get your 2 wild cards, your 2 free hits, your 2 triple captains, and you get 2 bench boosts.
Right.
Awesome.
I didn't know that, honestly. So we get double everything, but they've removed the assistant manager. That's not coming back at all.
Manager, that was a poor chip, to be fair. Last season, it was
rubbish. It was rubbish.
Good. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think it's a good move. It means there'll be lots of different strategies, more strategy to the game.
More variety, isn't there?
Yeah, more variety. Before now, it's just been play it in your double game weeks, but there aren't going to be any in the first half of the season. So
bit more thought behind it.
Yeah. So what I would be looking at is potentially using your bench boost early in the season, and then wildcarding out of it, if you know what I mean. So you make your bench stronger gradually, and then wildcard out of it, and then get cheap people in your bench from then on.
To have a strong team on the
field.
Yeah.
Also, another thing to mention is your African Cup of Nations. You get an extra 5 transfers when that happens.
Oh,
which is ridiculous.
Wow,
what?
That is crazy.
So no planning involved. You don't have to. Don't even think about it. You'll get to 5 transfers automatically.
Insane.
When that starts.
That is great. Can we fix Fantasy Premier League as well? Because that's a crazy... I agree, that's a crazy rule. It removes the thinking. Because you have to plan for things like that, World Cups or African Cup.
I don't know if it needs fixing, though. Because if you look at the league and where everybody ended up, it was about right in the end, wasn't it, John? Don't you think?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
We mentioned our league there. So we are renewing our Fantasy Football League. And can I plug our code for it, guys? Do you mind?
You can try.
Is it all right? I'm going to try and get away with it. So the Football is Fixable, All Right podcast, a Fantasy Premier League. Please enter the code SD4GZV. So that's S for Sierra, D for... I never know the phonetics. Was it Sierra Delta 4? No. What's G?
Golf.
Dan, are you sure you don't want to do the code next time?
So if you want to join and show your true ball knowledge, you can get shout outs on the podcast each weekend that you top the table, show you have what it takes. Then join our league now with the code SD4GZV. And
All lowercase.
Does it matter? Lowercase?
I think so.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay. So yeah, all lowercase. SD4GZV. And you can put your football wits against, well, John and his juicy tips. See if you can beat our guru.
What was that code again? Didn't quite catch it.
There we go. There's our fantasy football update. You don't want to finish bottom of our little Football is Fixable family, though, do you? Because what happened last year?
James, quite rightly, finished behind me. And
on the last game of the season.
On the last game of the season, received the Ice Bucket Challenge. There's great footage online of it. It's absolutely brilliant, where he got absolutely caked in icy water wearing a Man United top. Yeah, fantastic.
It's worth making this podcast just for that.
So that was the forfeit. Whoever finished bottom out of us four, so Sess included with the three of us. Let us know what you think the forfeit should be for the end of this year, and when Dan finishes last, what we need to do to him. So there you go with all the FPL new changes for this upcoming season. There's actually, guys, been a lot of tweaks to the rules to expect for the new Premier League season. So we will get into those. I think it's things like the if goalkeepers take more than, I think is it 8 seconds, I think they've given them, then the opposing team automatically gets given a corner. So it's one way of stopping keepers from taking the mick. And there's been...
Oh, maybe Arsenal won't be favourites next year then.
They'll apply the rules for the first 3 games and then forget.
Yeah. Most corners conceded in 25-20. I'm making a bet right now. I'm going to Ladbrokes and I'm putting £1 on Arsenal.
That was actually quite funny. Yeah, so that and a few other tweaks to the rules as well. So we're going to have to get stuck into those, and it might change your predictions for the Premier League season. So yeah, we'll have to get into those in the next episode. And hopefully Sess will be back from his extended holiday, and we can have Sess on for our next episode as well. But thanks for rejoining us, guys, for season 3. We'll be back, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us in real life, John. Thank you for your real life juicy tips.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
I've been in the same room as them.
And on that note,
thanks for listening, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. It's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me.